Hello everybody, I'm Master Joe. Welcome to another review of the vintage GiJoe figures. Today we look at this 1982 straight arm Breaker. Breaker is a communication officer, and he's the only figure in the 1982 GiJoe line without any weapons. But if you read the early Marvel comic books, in the early issues, he is using the M16. So if you have an extra gun, like this one is from the grunt, and you can put it into his hand, which looks much better, okay? All right, and the Breaker is a link between the battlefield and the headquarters, and he has the ability to call in Airstrike, or they call the choppers, to rescue their injured soldiers. So before we look into the figure, let's look at his file card to read some information about this guy. And here, Breaker, his job is a communication officer, and his code name is Breaker. So the first impression, Breaker. Why Breaker? Is it means breaking the silence or breaking the ice? No, after some homework, I found that the Breaker is a term used by a trucker. Okay, and this also is called a kind of system, CB radio system. Now, this system is kind of popular in 1980s. Truckers use this kind of system to talk about road condition or have some socializing. And this breaker, it just means hello before they are expressing some information. And some terms such as bear means police. And bears taking pictures, it means police is with a radar. So it's kind of an interesting system, patterns and terms there. All right, so and his file name is Alvin Kibi, and his primary military specialty is infantry. His birthplace is Gatlinburg in Tennessee, and Gatlinburg is a beautiful place, said to be the gateway to Smoky Mountains. But Gatlin, it reminds me of a famous gun, Gatlin. The inventor of Gatlin is Richard Gatlin, and he was born in North Carolina. All right. And Breaker is familiar with all the NATO's and Warsaw Pact communication gear, as well as most world export devices. Special Investigation, Signal School, Convert Electronics, Project Gamma, Codified Expert, M16, M1911, A1, MAC-10. These three weapons, we mentioned about this during we review the Scarlet. All right, and M16 is a very classic weapon. Last time we mentioned about in the movie Matrix, and also this gun appear in the Platoon, and also in the movie King Kong. Right. And M1911A1, this weapon. Last time we talked about this weapon in the Black Hawk Down. Actually, there's another movie. It's also my favorite movie. It's called Saving Private Ryan, and in the movie, Miller is using this gun to shoot the Tiger tank. And the MAC-10 is in the movie True Light. We can see this weapon. It's also a very classic weapon. All right, and he's efficient, self-assured, and has an uncanny ability to turn adverse situation to his favor. All right, so that's something about himself. Let's look at the figure here. So first, the year here is 1982, Hasbro, Hong Kong. All right. Let's look at his gear first. His headset. There are some details about his headset here. Like on the top, all right, here are some buttons, and also you can move up to down. And his helmet is a standard 1982 GiJoe helmet with two ear holes there. And these two ear holes, you can either put a visor here or his headset. And this part is very easily broken because it's the complete part to this part. And later Hasbro have some detachable part here. And also this part is called a TV radio backpack. So this is the screen for the little TV here, so you can talk to the headquarters. All right, and let's look at this figure here, and the pretty details. They are like this is a K-bar combat knife here, and here's a grenade. Up here are two pouches with you can add up some ammunitions, and on his legs on the both sides there are some pouches for some extra explosive or ammunitions. Okay, and actually this figure's body actually using a lot of parts, such as his chest plate is using a grunt chest plate, exactly the same. And his arms and legs and also his head is from the rock and roll. The head is just a color difference. So they really look like twins, like brothers. And also, if you have a grunt and a rock and roll, I mean the extra grunt and rock and roll, you can just do mix and match and to create a breaker yourself. And this is a way of also cutting the production cost. The articulation, this is a classic 1982 straight arm. So this arm cannot be swiveled in the later versions. All right, you cut a swiveled arm. Okay, his arm can swivel around like this, but in the 1982, cannot do that. Also, by the way, there is a slight difference between the swivel arm and a straight arm. It's the belt here. This is an H, and this is a little house, which is the logo of the Hasbro. So Hasbro really put some idea of putting their logo in their little figures, but if you can notice, really. And the other part just exactly the same. All right, and all right, this is a swivel arm. So his brand name is 82 to 83 Hasbro. All right, articulation. His arm can lift up, and also on the side. Okay, the knee, the leg can lift 90 degree, knee bent 90 degree. Okay, and there's O-ring inside of here, so you can twist his body left to right, no problem. Okay, so this figure is kind of interesting because he has no weapons. You can either put an M16 or just put him on the Ram, also from the same year, 1982. And there is really a Gatling gun. So when he's on his motorcycle, maybe he can think of his hometown Gatling bird, right? Right? He can just riding this Ram and to contact the headquarters. Okay, which is a nice add-up. All right, so thank you very much. This is the video for today's review of this straight arm breaker. So if you like my video, please press like, subscribe, and leave some comment here because your comment is my future goal. I'm just getting started. There are more figures there to review. All right, thank you very much. See you next time.
I got that sunshine in